Hello and welcome back to Word of the Day. Now, this week we are talking all about family and relationships. And so today's word of the day is close knit. So this is a hyphenated word, so it's got two words separated by a little hyphen in the middle there. And yes, it is close and then knit. So what does close knit mean? Now, this means that you have a group of people, it could be a family, it could be a community, it could be friends, that have a really tight bond. All right, so just the way a sweater is knit together and all the stitches are very close, a close-knit community or a close-knit family is very tightly bound together. Right, so they are very connected to one another and they will help each other out at any expense. It is a lovely thing to have a close-knit community or a close-knit family. So that's today's word of the day. Now you tell me, what in your life is close-knit? Do you have a close-knit community? Maybe there is a group of friends that you've had since you were a small child and you're very close-knit. Maybe your family is very close. Let me know where your close-knit relationships are in the comments, and I can't wait to read them. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hello and welcome to Word of the Day. Today is Tuesday, so that means we're on our second word of the day this week, and today's word is colleague. Colleague. What is a colleague? Well, today we were also talking about making introductions. So if you haven't seen that post, make sure you hop over to our Facebook page or Instagram to take a look at that, where I give you some examples of making introductions. And quite often, we are making introductions to a colleague. So a colleague is somebody that you work with. So if somebody is new to your place of work, you might say to them, "Oh, let me introduce you to one of my colleagues." Okay? So if you have a place of business where you go to work every day and there are other people there, those are your colleagues. So you might have a lot of colleagues. You might have just a few, or you might be like me, who doesn't have any colleagues at all, because I work for myself and I work from home. So no colleagues for me. Tell me, do you have colleagues where you work? And if you know the word coworker and colleague, that's the same thing. So if you work together with them, they are your colleague. All right, let me know, and I can't wait to read your comments. See you tomorrow. Hello and welcome to today's word of the day. Today is Wednesday, so that means we are on our third word of the day this week. And today's word, it's actually two words because I want to talk about both, but they are related. So the words of the day are acquainted and acquaintance. Acquainted and acquaintance. So today I posted about words that we use to describe our relationships, people that we are close to, like wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, friend, BFF, those sorts of things. So what is acquaintance? Well, to begin, when you are acquainted with something, that means you know of it. You are acquainted with the English language. You know of the English language, but maybe you don't know everything about it. You're not really familiar with it. Hopefully you're getting more familiar with English though. But if you're just acquainted with something, you know of it, okay? When you have an acquaintance, you know of that person. You probably know their name and you probably know what they look like. You're not friends with them though. They are not close to you. Once they become close to you and you start to know them more, then they become a friend. So you might say something like, oh, actually, an acquaintance of mine works at this store. Maybe they can help you out. Or you might say, I'm acquainted with somebody with connections to whatever place, right? So we wouldn't say, oh, my friend works there, when really and truly you're not friends. You've maybe been introduced once or twice, okay? So you can be acquainted with different things and acquainted with people, and we call that acquaintance. So I want to know, what are you acquainted with that you would like to know better? Don't say English, because we're all learning English here. Tell me something that you maybe know exists, but you don't know a lot about it and you would love to learn more about it. All right? I can't wait to read your answers. Leave them in the comments, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hello and welcome back to Word of the Day. Today is Thursday, so we are on our fourth word this week. This week has been all about family and relationships and talking about different ways to describe our family members. So our word today is adolescent. Adolescent. So this is a word that we don't hear as often, but it does describe a certain age group, and it's important to know who we're talking about when somebody says the word adolescent. She is an adolescent. He is an adolescent. So when children are first born, they are babies, then they're toddlers, then they're children, and then when they get to be about 10, 11, around that age, they are called adolescents. So they use this term to describe young people all the way up until they are adults. So adolescent comes before adult. Now, there is also another word, teenager, and that describes young people that are 13 all the way to 19. So that is a different group. You can be a teenager and an adolescent, but you can also be a teenager and an adult, right? So this word, adolescent, really just describes that 10-ish, 10, 11 to right before you become an adult. So about 17, maybe 18 years old. All right, so that's today's word of the day. I don't know if you have a way to make a sentence with the word adolescent, but I encourage you to try and use this word in a sentence so that you can become familiar with how this word is used. All right, so drop those sentences into the comments and I can't wait to read them. I will see you tomorrow, Friday, for our last word of the day for this week. All right, thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hello and welcome back to Word of the Day. Today is Friday. It is our last word of the day this week. This week, as you know, we've been talking about family and relationships, that sort of thing. I'm not sure if you knew this. Maybe you saw it in one of my posts earlier, but this weekend is Grandparents' Day. So grandparents, as we've learned, are our parents' parents, right? So our grandparents have a special day, just like our parents have Mother's Day and Father's Day, they have Grandparents' Day. So that is being celebrated this weekend. With that in mind, it got me thinking about a different word, not grandparents. It got me thinking about our new word of the day, and it is respect. Respect. So what is respect? Respect is something that you feel for another person because of something that they have done or a quality that they have. So when we think about our grandparents, a lot of us have a lot of respect for them because most of our grandparents have gone through a lot of stuff. Many of our grandparents have lived through wars. have lived through a lot worse than what we're going through right now. And they have raised our parents and helped raise us. So we should have a lot of respect for our grandparents. So with Grandparents' Day coming up, this is why I thought our word of the day, our last word of the day, should be respect. So tell me in the comments, who do you have a lot of respect for? It could be your grandparents. It could be a family member. It could be somebody in the world that has done something that has really earned your respect for them, your admiration. There's lots of people I'm sure you could tell me about. I can't wait to read this. Write it in the comments. Let me know, who would you like to express your respect for on this Friday. All right. Thank you so much for joining me all week. I will see you guys next week as we start a whole new week of Word of the Day. All right. Goodbye.